What the business is YouTube? It has been a minute. It has been a minute. But it's hard out here. Hey, this Clarence over here at Pursuit of Freedom. This is TC2000, the software I got you looking at. I was able to set myself up to get in front of the market today. And I want to point out some things over here. Like one thing I always want to mention early is that when I get in front of the market, 9:30 hits and the bell rings, I like for the majority of this in my top to be up 20%. I only got out of 2,353 stocks on this list, 7 stocks up, 20% or better. Now it's funny that I ended up taking a trade in AIM, and yeah, now I just got to watch this thing frustratingly try to push back a little bit higher. Some things I want to point out. I'm eyeballing this breakout level at about $1.35. I figure that if the stock pushes above that level, it has a chance at some running, being that it has a strong long uptrend for right now. But I did notice that we did have a big sell down followed by a gap. The last time it gapped up was on Tuesday the 11th, and then it dumped all that day. So, I mean, I don't really know if there was some news that was accompanying the stock, but I jump into this thing here. Look at the float, at least according to my TC2000, not even a million on the float. So this was going to be a fast mover. You know what I'm saying? So I was hoping for this thing to get explosive once it broke above 135. Being that I got to enter in every single tick, you know what I'm saying? I got my breakout level. So once the stock got above the breakout level of 135, I'm trying to get in. I seen it dip to open the market, had a red to green move. I should have bought this dip off the 200. That would have been the better move, but being that I didn't know, looking at the last time it gapped up some, it dumped all day. And it may end up coming back down because it's kind of stair-stepping right now. And being that I'm still in front of this, I could have got out of this trade with an actual gain, but I got out pretty much break even. Being that I took that big loss earlier in the month, this is going to be a tough looking month. The market, though, as far as the riskier penny stocks that I trade, the lower price stocks that I trade, is looking flat, dead, even though the Dow is gapped higher. You know what I'm saying? The S&P look like it wanted to reach up a little bit. It touched new highs today. So everything is day by day gapping either up, gapping down. We touching new highs, it seemed like every other day. And if this thing breaks above this trend, it probably can run. So I keep running into no patience, but I don't know when I can and can't be patient, man. So I could have got out with a much better trade. Once again, I get spooked out by these red candles. I know I got to try to be quick. I seen this big drop candle here to the VWAP. Nice bounce off the VWAP is generating now. But I had watched the stock play around in this area for long enough, and honestly, I was just getting tired of looking at this damn thing. I got tired of watching it act like it wanted to go but not want to go. Because I mean, it's up and down. I mean, this thing wishy-washy. It didn't know which way it wanted to go. So I'm long at 138, right after it broke. So I'm probably long in this first candle. The second candle, I mean, I really only had the first 4 minutes after the break. So at 9:39, I should have been locking in profits up here at 154. Or being that I'm still in front of the market, I could have waited, but this was looking like the beginning of the end to me. And I see that the stock just sold off after it gapped higher yesterday. So I didn't want to take no chances. Sometimes I know that these things are quick moving, quick runners, but we got a nice, well, maybe not nice. We got somewhat of a breakout forming off of this here bull flag right off the tops of the resistance, the descending resistance here. You get a crack above that level, and the stock looked like it wanted to push again, but it came up and it touched the top 154 where it topped out at when I first was watching. In 3 minutes, I should have got out right there. So this was a freaking scratch. No gain, no loss. $14 ain't nothing. I limited the amount I traded with because that's one way to try to limit risk. When you feel like it's a risk, because I'm looking at this stock gap and take a dump. I'm looking at the last 2 days. Even though it broke, it didn't give me the explosion that I want. And you see how this thing sells. I mean, 1 minute is at 152, the next minute is at 144 and falling. So I mean, it's not a convincing breakout. It's not one of the breakouts that I've seen where it hits that 135, it hits that breakout level, and it just gets up to the races. This thing is very up and down. Probably that really low float got a lot to do with that too, because any sort of selling pressure or buying pressure is going to cause the stock to really move up and down. So today was a scratch for me. I've seen this type of market before. So if I do anything, I'm going to have to be quick. This is going to be a long month for me. This is going to be a long month if I can get any of them gains back at all. But if I do, it's going to be more trades like this I can see, because it's the market ain't really in my favor right now. The bull has been taken out of the market. Right now, the bears are jumping in and beating on any of these. So I was trying to find a stock that might have been running. I had a buy level set right there at 2 cents, but I just, BTSC, I don't know if I can even play that stock. BTCS is another one related to Bitcoin. I might have to put my Bitcoin list. I don't know what's going on with Bitcoin because I ain't looked at it in a while. Another thing about the market when it gets like this too, you may have to give it a little bit more time. I probably can try to start pulling off the roll right at 9:30, because when the market's slowing down as far as the stocks that I trade, they take a little bit before they really get moving. You know what I'm saying? Usually by 10:30, it's 10:14 in the AM, but usually by 10:30, I want to be done anyway. I'm just trying to see before I get back on the road what else is kind of sort of in play. I was thinking of this CPSI, but once again, this thing here had 6 minutes. That's 9:36 looking in that box. 6 minutes of running. I could have got in at 32. I would have got just a little bit of change. 31, 32 up to 35, 62. That probably would have been an easier trade to manage, but the volume is extremely low because it has a lower flow. But that CPSI was the other one, the other stock that I was considering. AIM and CPSI was the best two looking on the day for me. I seen this DTSS gapping up, but right now this is kind of what we're facing. Stock a gap higher, take a dump. Next day gap higher, and it's taking a dump. So, and you see, once the stock gets beneath the VWAP, it's done. So I was thinking that for AIM. I thought AIM was going to go beneath the VWAP and stay beneath. It came down here to 136. I got a little bit of a spike. I got out at 139. This happened to me so often, man. God damn. If I was a little bit more patient, I could have got out at the higher day. And that's kind of why. That's why I was staying in, but the stock was coming down and then springing back up and coming back down and trying to climb higher again and coming back down, going sideways. And then this big crack here just let me feel like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and call it quits for the day. The market is getting wishy-washy. So a lot of my trades are probably going to be weak like this. For right now, but you got to trade the market that's in front of you and not the market that you want. I had a few other times when I stopped this last week and in the last week, but if I don't see an opportunity that was strong enough, I thought a breakout of this level would have been a strong push higher. But that's not the case. Well, how long are we after? Right at 10 minutes, it's an AIM trade, break even, scratch, no gain, no loss. That's it for me right now. My next opportunity, there'll be another video coming. Hey, this is Pursuit of Freedom. Give me the thumbs up, thumbs down, give me the like. Give me the subscribe to the channel. When I get time, because I don't really have time. I don't really have the time to be in front of the market like that. So when I do, I'm going to try to take advantage of it. My every trade comes with FOMO right now. I got fear of missing out. But I got to pull the trigger at the right time and try to lock in gains. Because that was a quick move. I had about, being that I got in at 9:36, I had 3 minutes to lock in the gain at first. Because I didn't know whether or not it was even going to return. And it was looking like the trend was going to just keep heading down. But if I had all day to sit, maybe I can adjust what it is I'm trying to do. But I got to get back moving. I'm already at for too long right now as is. This is Pursuit of Freedom.